if you are someone who is looking to get into YouTube and sports media, NBA creation, let me show you my setup. I've been at this for 7 or 8 years now. And the first thing that I want to make note of is if you're first starting out, you don't have to go out and get all these things, right? This is something that I've built over a 7 or 8 year span and have slowly acquired these different pieces of gear and equipment. I started off with a Yeti microphone and a cell phone, right? So you don't need this to get started, but I thought, you guys would be interested in what type of setup I have in my gear, and how it's changed over the years, what I'm rocking with. But before I get into that, full transparency, you see me sitting on my new Valencai theater seating sofa. It is the Pisa Ultimate Nappa, 20,000 count leather. I don't even know what the exact term is of this thing, but the best way I can describe it is years and years ago, I used to work at a car wash. Hey, I had to do what I had to do, right? And what that meant is I got to jump in some Bentleys, some Rolls Royces, some really high-end cars every now and then that people, believe it or not, would take to a car wash. And that's the best way I can describe this sofa as far as the leather. This is the softest, nicest leather that I've owned. And to be frank, it's the nicest piece of furniture that I've ever owned. And again, full transparency, Valencai Theater Seating reached out to me and they were like, hey, we'd like to send you a piece of furniture in exchange for a review. So this is typically, with sponsorships, it's a paid promotion, right? And you get a list of usually 2 or 3 pages of what to say and what not to say. And this was simply a barter. Hey, we'll send this out to you, put it in a video, say what you want. And so when I looked at their products, I was like, bet, like I'm actually looking for something like this to enhance my podcast setup. As you can see, I'm sitting and recording from here. I wanna change the setup, and when I do more long format videos or perhaps streaming live while I'm watching the game, I needed a different setup. But I have, as you can see, as I'll show you, I've got very limited room in this bedroom. But again, Valencai sent me out this sofa. I've been enjoying it here for about 2 weeks. You may have noticed the backdrop difference. And again, I'll show you what's going on here. And look, initially I was kind of like, dang, I wish y'all would have sent me a theater recliner, right? Or something like that. That looks really cool. But then when I realized the functionality of this, because that's going to be a reoccurring theme in this video, functionality, it's actually perfect for what I'm doing because I want to podcast or video cast from it, play games, watch. I have to work from it, but relax, right? And so I don't want to necessarily be lounged back and kicked back. And then I'm a bigger dude. You can see here my posture now. What I also thought was, okay, are these decorative? Are these big down pillows decorative? No. It's fully functional. You sink back into this and you can recline. But you know this to be true. There are times when you're watching something, playing something, doing something where you want to be comfortable, but you don't want to be too comfortable, where you're not alert, right? And I think that this media modular sofa setup for me is perfect. They also sent me, they have these attachments. I said, hey, could you send me the tablet holder? Because while I'm watching games or while I'm doing this, I need notes, right? I need notes. I like to take notes. I'm a big note guy, and I'm actually someone who likes to write them down. I like the feeling of it. So you can angle it and write it like this. But there's cup holders. There's all sorts of accessories to go along with it, man. And obviously, I'm not a tech review YouTube channel, right? And so I couldn't just like seamlessly work this into my setup. The only way I thought that I could do it would be like, hey, all right, let me show you my my content creation setup in my small space and how I'm making it work and how I'm happy with it. And this has really kind of set it off and taken it to a new level as far as just style and comfort. Let me know what y'all think of this setup. I feel like it's more casual and I can just talk, because that's how I've always tried to talk to the audience and you guys that are watching this, is kind of like, hey, we're chilling on the couch. Let's break this down. You know what I mean? And so this feels more natural to me. I probably got to get some more wall decor and stuff like that. Now, but again, for streaming and different types of videos, I can kind of change the setup now dynamically with this setup. But let me get to the rest of my gear. Those of you that are wondering what I use and how I do it, and the functionality of working in sports media on YouTube and that day-to-day grind of it, because everything is so time sensitive. I can't take 2 weeks to make sure everything is nice and pretty, right? And my setup, that's not what it's about. It's about functionality and getting stuff out and pumping it out. So let's get into the gear. Now, I'm going to be recording the setup on my iPhone, and I'll explain why as I go through my equipment. But my dark hallway leading to my room, this ages me a little bit right here. So long I've been watching the Niners. Another thing you may not know about me is I have Draymond-like tendencies. More on that later. AC's on here in Arizona. Man, it's already 100 degrees. And so you guys, again, a lot of you have seen different variations of this setup here in my bedroom. And, you know, for the last couple of years, right, the view has kind of been this here, right? Years ago, y'all remember, and my wife gonna kill me for this, showing our closet. See some Warrior stuff up in here, some old gear, right? But I used to pack everything in there, but there just wasn't enough airflow. I felt I spent too much time in there, and I just felt like a little claustrophobic. Claustrophobic, is that how you say it? Let me know, have any of y'all really invested? You're gonna see this grimy old chair here that's been given to me, but in a real office chair, like a real good one, I just have a hard time feeling like the value of it, right? Anyway, but let's start with, I guess, the MacBook Pro. I think it's a 2021. Again, I'll list in the comments because I'm not a tech guy. I'm a functional guy, and I know that when you see my setup things and these guys where that's what their channel's about, it looks a lot prettier, a lot nicer than this. My cable management is not the greatest, as you can see, but again, it's functional. Day to day, doing sports media, it's so time sensitive. You have to have functionality over style, right? It has to be functional, it has to be quick here. I guess you're probably wondering what's on the shelf here, the air duster, which I need to use more. One Father's Day, my daughter put a bunch of like nice comments about me in like a little plaque here. I think this is to a UFC ticket here, a little championship stuff. Yeah, it's dusty and musty. I can't front. Okay, the Focusrite. This is the Vocaster 1. So it just has one XLR. It might have two. You got to double check that. But what I liked about it is the desk space. I had a Rodecaster. I've had other audio interfaces that were just giant. And again, functionality, substance over style for me in the day-to-day grind. And this is just compact, and the audio quality has been good for me. So I've got a 2021 MacBook Pro. I think it's the first M1, right? Now, I started off originally with a PC, okay? But eventually I jumped to Mac and Final Cut Pro because the efficiency, again, functionality. And you see what I'm doing right here? You see how I'm dragging through this game here? This is a breakdown from the other night that I had in the timeline. The ability to drag through, right? And then hold on, let me get so I get my cut, back, shortcut, right? Pull that out, do this. Just that right there, again, allows me to get stuff out in a nice, timely manner, right? So as far as my camera goes, you see the wires running here. I got a ZVE 10. It's kind of like the budget Alpha series here with the 16 millimeter Sigma on it. But what happened was the ports went out on it. The mini HDMI port went out on it. Surprise, surprise. The memory card slot went out on it. So I've been relegated to running it through, what do we have here? OBS, right? And I'll run it through USB-C. So I'm not getting the quality I want, but in exchange for that, what I am getting is it's going right to my computer. I don't have to move it over out of a memory card, right? And so there is some niceness about it. I get a second screen monitor about it. But yeah, so that's why I am recording this on my iPhone, because this camera no longer has the function to record. I'm basically using it as a webcam. So I got to upgrade. I got to upgrade that for sure. Now the lighting. This may look like one of these fancy, expensive, aperture things. What it is it's an Elgato light. Let's see if I can show you guys back here. Oh my, that's dusty. What it is an Elgato. What it is an Elgato key light. And then I just got a softbox with a grid off Amazon for like $20, right? And I've positioned it there. Now my mic is the RE320 from Electro Voice. The variable D, is that a pause? I don't know. What it means is that no matter where you are in proximity of the mic with your mouth, you don't have to be right on top of it. It's going to keep the same tone pattern, even if you're to the left, to the right, or a little a ways from it. And so I like the RE mic. I know a lot of people use the Shure one, but for broadcast in my style, that's what I go with. What else do we have on here? Just a Logi keyboard, wireless. You see, what the heck, Al? What is this? I don't know why they sell white mouses, but I cook with turmeric in my eggs every day, try to get them in. And so that's why you see this yellow here. It's just turmeric. If you know, it kind of stains your hands. But I highly recommend a vertical mouse. You see this is, again, it's not fancy, it's functional. The wrist pad with the vertical mouse, because I'm spend so much time on here editing breakdowns for my patron and whatnot. And so those of you that just watch the YouTube channel, there's a lot more work behind the scenes for my breakdowns on Patreon, and that stuff takes up a lot of my workflow, if you will. What else do we got here? We got a little bit of hats. My hair is too big right now to really rock the hats. The A's, the Niners, the red Warriors hat, that's rare. The Be Like Loon hat that I made, just a season too late. A season too late, right? But yeah, man, that's my setup. And I guess, like I showed you, it's too barren, right? I need to get something for the wall. I was thinking about one of those LED lights, like an alchemy thing. But now that I have this sofa from Valencia, I'm able to do what I do here. And technically, what I'm going to do with my camera is do some live streaming, because I know a lot of people have asked me, hey, can you live stream during a game, right? I didn't really have the setup for it, but now with this sofa and the way how easy it is to move the modules in it, I should be able to watch the game while I'm streaming. I guess I should show y'all this. This is probably pretty important. One of my closest friends, shout out Rory, up in the Bay, sent me a signed Steph Curry basketball a couple years ago. So that's what y'all have been seeing in the background. You can't really make it out, right? I've got a growler, a Golden State Warriors growler. What was that show, man? It's an inside joke with my wife and I. And this is what people send me, right? Like loved ones, family members, they're going to send me something Warriors, right? This is a coin. I think my mom sent me the thinking man statue. And then, like I elaborated with the hitting of the holes in the wall. There's quite a few in the household. This one here was the clay ACL in 19, the bathroom door. The patching job is pathetic. I know. But yeah, man, this is the setup. It's not a ton of space, but I am blessed to have what I have, and I make it work. It's super functional. And again, as a sports content creator, it's got to be about functionality as more than style, because everything is so time sensitive. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions about the gear, the setup. The monitor is an LG 34-inch widescreen. I got this a couple years ago. And again, it's for functionality, because the widescreen just expands my timeline. I can see more of the timeline and I can edit faster. That's really the only reason that I have it, but it's treated me well. And it also charges the MacBook, because I think that charger went kaput pretty quickly. And so there y'all have it, man. As far as breaking into sports media and just starting YouTube, right? And I've considered maybe trying to do some sort of mentorship program. I'm not sure how I would scale that, and maybe I'm not the right dude, right? It's not like I'm some giant channel here, but I've grinded my way to where I am. And again, if you're looking to start something in sports media on YouTube or just on social media, I can't stress enough functionality and practicality over style. Because a lot of the times, and sometimes you just have to learn this, and this is what I've learned, you have these concepts of what you want to do and how you want to do it, but then you realize in practice, you can't get it out in time because, again, the sports world, as we know, moves so quickly, right? So you have to balance being efficient and being able to get your content out in time against trying to make it perfect and look exactly how you want. And just like anything else, it's a muscle that has to be exercised, right? And so I recommend making it, setting up, a cheap, because if you don't want to put that pressure on you of investing too much initially, but a cheap, efficient setup that can allow you to pump content out. And then, as a lot of people say here on YouTube, just do it, right? Just do it. I know that's a lame thing, but just, again, start to exercise the muscle and understand that you're going to get better and you're doing well by just doing it and putting it out in the first place. But yeah, let me know if you guys want any more kind of off-topic videos like that. And I know Valencai is what stemmed this, and shout out to them because I can't be more happy with the couch and the setup. It allows me to game. It just makes, when you sit on something of that high quality, you just feel better. I know that sounds like weird, but it's just true. It just makes the room feel better to me. And so shout out to them for inspiring this video and sending me the sofa. I will put the link in the description to their website. And you guys let me know, again, if you want some more of this Alkin real life or kind of like off-topic stuff here, especially in the off season when we don't have videos all the time. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you on this one. And if you're thinking, where's the Game 7 talk? I've got a patron breakdown of it right now, but I'm about to cut another video right now and get back to talking about basketball. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.